Barbecue at the corner of 3rd and Williams in the great city of Royal Oak. It is Winter Blast weekend, Winter Blast Royal Oak weekend here in the Motor City. And, of course, there's so much going on here throughout the weekend. A little bit of a damper with the rain right now, but that weather's going to be clearing up real soon, I think, Braylon.
It's always fun to come back to Royal Oak. I used to live in Royal Oak 2009, 2010. I stayed over there at the 5th, and Royal Oak has always been like a little small, thriving pocket. There's always new restaurants. There's always new shops and always new things. And I came over here now, and you watch the growth of it all. This huge Henry Ford Hospital, man. Shout out to Henry Ford. I was born there, at least the one downtown, so I'm always partial to them. But thriving city. It's a booming city. It's one of the ones, you think downtown, obviously, Birmingham, Royal Oak, Troy. Like it's a good city in the barbecue, man. Like I can't wait to see what it's about.
And just a quick side note as well. We were just having a WNBA conversation on the last the first part of the stream. It was a little bit stroby and
they're probably happy.
Yeah, a little bit there. But if you want to go back and listen to that, I think the audio might be okay, even though the video wasn't bad. Before we move on, I want to say Braylon Edwards is one of the great people in the world. So yesterday was my birthday. I was out, and Braylon he loves birthdays. He makes a big deal out of birthdays. And he doesn't let me downplay my birthday, and he's always coming. I just wanted to say shout out to Braylon Edwards for being just a tip-top guy. Got me a card and had a little something in it for me, and I really appreciate that. Tom Mazaway, one of the first guys to give me a call yesterday, and I love you guys so much. The whole team here. The whole team here at Woodward Sports.
Absolutely. Happy birthday, man.
Pretty incredible stuff.
Birthdays are important. People should be celebrated on their birthday. You should be celebrated, every day in a certain regard. But birthdays are important. I think throughout the course of the year, each year, you go through life, as they say, man. So when you get to that culmination and you make it to that next year, people should tell you, hey, happy birthday. Hey, you made it. Another year, a new you, another chance to get better. So I believe in birthdays, and I always will.
So let's move on here, Brett. And yours is coming up in a couple of weeks. You and Matt share the same week birthday.
We do 3 days apart.
It's unbelievable.
If you add 3 to his birthday, it's my birthday.
That's right.
18, 3, it makes 21.
Two presidents, baby.
Look at that. Unbelievable.
That's why you should love – that's what we were talking about to cut you off yesterday. That's why you should love the All-Star game so much. Like the All-Star game was always one, you get that President's Day off. It's the All-Star game week. It's my birthday, so I'm usually going to get a pair of shoes to match whatever the theme of the All-Star game is that year. So, it was the perfect birthday weekend, especially when it's cold outside. You got to make when you get lemons, you got to make lemonade.
No doubt about it. Guys, there has been, if we could kind of restart the show here, I wanted to start with this because if you've been watching, and I know you have been, football over the last couple of weeks and even the season, one of the conversations regarding football right now has been all of the calls that the Kansas City Chiefs have been getting. In the AFC, Colin did a big thing about it today, just going back years about how all these teams, they get the calls, right? Whether it's the Pistons against the Lakers and the phantom foul against Bill Laimbeer, whether it's the Lakers and Kings back in the early 2000s, whether it's the Chiefs and the Bills that you saw a couple of weeks ago, a segment of fans feel that this stuff is fixed, or this stuff has a predetermined outcome, or this stuff has, at the very least, is influenced by gambling. Okay? Are you with me so far?
Yeah, I'm
100%.
Right.
So Troy Aikman, within the last couple of days, has come out and said that the NFL absolutely has to get these calls right because of how much money changes hands, how much money is up for grabs. If you are going to be in bed with these gambling companies, then you absolutely have to make sure as a league that you are doing everything right by getting calls on the field that are right, that everybody can see at home. You can't have a different call on the field from what everybody believes should be the call at home. Are we there?
Oh, God, yes.
Like we agree there. Now, what can the NFL do about this? And he says it should be brought in now to the Super Bowl and throughout the NFL games moving forward. There should be some sort of ability to challenge bad calls as well, or an eye in the sky that NFL, what's it called? The NFL assist. NFL assist.
Yeah.
Replay assist.
Yes,
it's called replay assist. Should come in now and be able to help these officials out. First and foremost, what do you make of Aikman's comments and the belief that there should be, because of the gambling aspect and the influence in these games, that there should be something added to this game?
I'll let Matt start.
First of all, I love Troy, and he brought it up during the playoff game. He brought it up during the playoff game with Houston playing Kansas City. He laughed at the referee's calls. He's laughing at Patrick Mahomes with his slide going out of bounds, how he slows down and gets the call like LeBron James. Sorry, I had to get that in there.
Of course
anyway,
you did.
It's so simple, guys. That referee in the Kansas City Bills game, the left foot guy, the guy at the bottom of your TV screen that mismarked the spot twice on 3rd and on 4th down with Josh Allen. He is from Kansas City, and he is a devout Ravens fan. That's the latest on him.
Indicted.
Let me tell you something. There's no way that guy should have been the call. The call should have been from the top of the screen, and I've said this before. Put a chip in the ball, guys. Take it out of these guys' hands. The chain gang? Really? Those guys? They're like 90 years old, the chain gang. You're using the chains to measure a first down. Come on, man. John Madden hit it years ago. Left foot, right foot. Oh, ref just gave him a left foot. All coaches know what that means. That means you're short from the game. Right foot means you got the first down. That was a right foot call twice, 3rd and 4th down. And the Chiefs take the ball. Xavier Worthy, that ball hit the ground. What's a catch, guys? What's not a catch?
We don't know.
Come on, man.
And
Maz, still don't know.
And Maz, if I can, perception is reality in any aspect of life. And just go back to locally here, 2014, Lions-Cowboys. What was the conversation? Dean Blandino getting off the plane, getting off the party bus of Jerry Jones.
What did I tell Ari the other day when he brought up his name? No, we don't like him.
Right. But again, that perception from Lions fans that Dean Blandino being seen getting off, he was the head of the officials at the time, and he's getting off the party bus of Jerry Jones. And then all of a sudden there's a phantom flag against, not thrown against Brandon Pickett.
That got picked up. That was unheard of at the time.
And then Des Bryant ran on the field.
Right. So
there's no flag there either.
There is that perception, Braylon Edwards.
I think there's always been, we've talked about this, like whenever a team was the team, they've got assistance. And it's funny coming from Troy because I remember Emmitt Smith and that offensive line getting a lot of leeway.
Yes, sir.
As it relates to holding. They were a damn good offensive line, but damn it, they weren't that good. A lot of penalties in that team, but they got away with it because they were America's team. They had won 3 Super Bowls in 5 years, which is to be commended and respected, same with the Patriots. So there is that. The problem is now with betting, like you said, everybody's eyes are dialed in. When you see these refs calls, they're dialed in. The NFL has to stop being so egregious to the teams and the people that they like the people, the popular team, the popular pick. You got to stop being so egregious because now with betting, everybody can see it. And it makes you look bad, and it makes you look like an incompetent league, and it's beyond favoritism. It's almost to the point of criminality. That's what it looks like. But here's where I'll push back: the Super Bowl, they always get it right. And this is how you can change it. In this game, if you call it down the middle game, you instantly the
Eagles,
the perception of what the rules are, or how that is, it changes. They can get it right in the Super Bowl. And think about it: 2 years ago, we had a similar situation. Kansas City was getting a lot of calls, if you will. They got in the Super Bowl. The calls that they called against the Eagles in that game, yes, they sucked. Yes, you didn't want it at that time. And yes, but those were all calls. So the NFL got it right in the sense they waited for those it could go either way to make the call.
But again, and I totally appreciate that, but the fans in Detroit will never forget 2014. Fans in Buffalo will never forget 2024 or 2025, really, in the playoffs. Fans that feel like they got screwed at any one particular spot will not forget that. And these moments add up, and you just throw your hands up. Well, here's kind of why I bring up the Troy Aikman and why I bring up the Kansas City Chiefs and why I bring up the NFL. Because in the NBA, Terry Rozier, former NBA player with the Charlotte Hornets and the Miami Heat.
He's with the Heat now.
currently with the Heat,
Yep.
being investigated for point shaving. Literally being investigated. We now have a current NBA player being investigated for shaving points as part of an illegal betting scheme. This is bad.
Now, just to clarify, the NBA did do their own investigation, and they didn't find anything when they investigated him. Now it's a federal investigation on him.
If I may add to that,
yeah,
the NBA, much like let me. There was a grocery store that I know. I'm not going to say the name. Is whatever. There was a grocery store by me that just had a robbery there. I called Fox 2 and I said, "Hey, there was a robbery here. It was. I think it was pretty bad. You should call them and see what the scene is like." Fox 2, we have them call him up. The manager says, "No, there's nothing here. Maybe a guy took a bottle of wine." You do not want your customers to panic.
Right.
If the NBA is looking into an NBA betting problem, the
over.
NBA says, "Yeah, we have a problem." Dead.
Yeah.
It's over.
No,
Nobody will buy another ticket. Nobody will bet on another game. Nobody will do anything. The NBA is not going to rat out itself.
Absolutely.
That's why it's going now to a federal part. So this, to me, Braylon, is as bad as you can possibly get for a professional sports team, and that is why first of all, I don't want to place guilt on Terry Rozier without the investigation. I want to be very clear about that. We're not going to
innocent
until proven guilty. We're not going to throw guilt on it. But listen.
Chill on him, man. He on my fantasy team. Chill out.
Listen, it looks bad. It looks bad. And if you think he is the only current professional athlete in any league not doing this, you're wrong.
Yeah.
And I think that's the biggest part of sports leagues and how they have to get it right. And you cannot have fan bases think these games are fixed because they might be when you have Terry Rozier allegedly shaving points. This is as bad as it gets for a league.
I start here. When you look at Terry Rozier's career earnings, which I pulled up before I came in, so I kind of know about her, $133 million. That's his career earnings. So when you hear a story like this and you start typing in the numbers, you're like, why is he shaving points? This is $133 million. So initially it's like, nah, this can't be true based on him making $133 million. What use would he have to throw some games for a couple million here, a couple million there, or whatever it is? So you think that way.
You get involved with bad people.
100%. 100%. But that's just the initial thought.
Yeah.
But when you see Fed get involved, in my experience in cases that have involved NFL, NBA, when the Fed get involved, it's legit. I remember when the insurance scam came out and the NFL players, Clinton Portis was probably the most notable player that went through it. Once it got to the point where it was Fed and they mentioned names, you tend to start believing it's true. And then in basketball, the same thing. Remember when Chris Douglas Roberts, who's from Detroit, remember Glenn Big Baby Davis, well, he and along with about 8 more guys are serving, like 4 of them are Michigan State players, by the way, which I thought was hilarious. 8 of those guys are serving time currently. They're showing pictures from Glenn Big Baby Davis now in jail, this huge basketball player with these inmates. But when the Fed get involved, like I've seen it 2 times, it's knocked down once you get to that point. So I hope it didn't happen, but when you mention the name, it's almost like they're comfortable with that.
All right, we're going to put a pin in this because we've got Dr. Jeff Pierce on with us live from Paris. We're going to get back to this because we got.
And was in Paris.
Yeah, but Dr. Jeff Pierce live from Paris. How are you, my friend?
Good. How are you doing? Can you guys hear me?
Hey, Doc.
Yeah, baby. We hear you, Dr. Pierce. What time is it there?
It's 8:30 at night.
Oh, man. I thought you were going to say you know what time it is. What are you doing out in Paris, Doc?
I got some social stuff we're doing here and more in Tel Aviv. So I'm here for a couple days and going to Tel Aviv.
He's got that special sauce. He's bringing it over to Europe.
That's right. That's right. Can't give up on the special sauce.
Incredible stuff, Doc.
How you guys doing? Where are you guys at?
WSN Injury Insider, Michigan Sports and Spine. Doc, Super Bowl this weekend. You going to be back, or not this weekend? Super Bowl coming up in about a
Next
week.
weekend.
No major injuries to discuss, but we were talking about Aleem McNeil the other day, and I wanted to ask you about him. Aleem McNeil coming back from ACL injury. Does it matter to you how big somebody is when it comes to recovery? Because I always hear about a wide receiver recovering or a quarterback recovering or a defensive end recovering, but rarely do I hear about an interior defensive lineman recovering from an ACL injury. Do you have any concern with him?
No, I mean, I get what you're saying. I mean, he's a heavier man, a lot more. You got to understand his whole body is proportional. These guys are a little bit more limber. It's great that we have more time for him to recover. To push that 4-month recovery with him, I don't think that's going to happen. I think he's definitely going to be post 6 months recovery. And he needs to be recovering. We're not rushing him. We have the liberties, unfortunately, that he's going to have plenty of time to recover. So, no, the ACL reconstruction, the science, everything else is in place. His size shouldn't matter. He's pretty nimble as a big guy too. So he's moving. We worry about those fast twitch fibers, which some of the big guys don't have as many, as opposed to the receivers and running backs. But overall, his anatomy is going to be there. He's going to have time to do it. He's got a special team watching him, and I think the guy's committed to prove something next year, like all the Lions will have.
There's no way they're going to have 22 guys on the IR next year. I mean, it was impossible this year, but it happened. I mean, can all these guys get fixed up by then and just be completely healthy? Aiden Hutchinson, can he be as strong next year as he was?
I'm predicting he's going to be better. The same thing like I said with JMO. Aiden took things a little bit for granted. He worked hard. He was always working. Was he a natural talent? He's a little bit of natural talent, but a lot of hard work. We know his dancing career helped his nimbleness out there, but overall, this guy's used to working hard, and I think Hutchinson's coming back even stronger. He's not taking anything for granted. He's going to be doing the extra things that he needs to do. He's going to be warming up properly. He's going to be cooling down properly. He's going to prepare properly. He's going to overachieve at this, and I don't want to put the prediction out there, but he's looking at defensive man of the year. Does it come in the first year or second year? I think in year 2 after this injury, we're going to see him at least in the finals for defensive guy of the year. I think this first year, just like JMO had a hard time with his surgery, he's going to need a little time to get comfortable again and get those that quick step going again.
Hope you're right, Doc. Hey, last week I saw that you were at the Link in Philly. How'd you enjoy that? How'd the fans treat you? And why were you there?
My new partner in that venture that we have, that we're trying to spread the word a little bit outside of Michigan, like we're in Tennessee and Ohio and soon to be in Florida. He has a very nice setup over in Philly, and the deal was whoever won when Detroit and Eagles play, which was supposed to be the game at Ford Field last week, I was supposed to entertain him here in Detroit. Well, we all know what happens, so instead of eating crow, I had to go there as a Detroit Lions fan and suck up all that Phillies, birds fly or whatever the heck they say or sing. I mean, I enjoyed it, but it's not that alpha macho song that I would feel Philadelphia would be proud of. The other funny thing
Eagle
is that
fly,
they
Doc.
think,
But how about when that eagle flies in on the national anthem? That's a pretty good thing, and that's a nice park to watch a game.
we had a great setup. It was a great thing. I think that was the most exciting part, is the eagle flying. It reminded me of the buffalo running out in Boulder with my daughter at Colorado. It's pretty cool. I mean, the fans, they're dedicated. Those fans are dedicated. They don't like anybody who isn't a Eagles fan. Um, they're somewhat polite, but I think if they were losing, the politeness would have gone by the wayside. We actually sat right next to the quarterback for Washington's family, and you could see the emotions just change in that suite, and he just kind of depleted. The guy did overachieve. Washington had nothing to be ashamed of. I mean, they beat our Lions, so that's like winning the Super Bowl to us. So.
Hey, Doc, speaking of the Super Bowl, I can't believe I didn't think about this guy. Brandon Graham, former Michigan Wolverine, of course, longest tenured Eagle on the roster right now, tore his triceps on November 24th. Typically, it says, kind of a 4-month rehab. He is practicing and is expected to play next week. What do you make of Brandon Graham's recovery from a torn tricep?
So a torn tricep, as we all know, is on the back of your arm. Your bicep, your beauty muscles, and then if you're really pretty, you got a tricep going on the back end. And there's 3 heads. That's why it's called tri. I don't know the details of his tear, but he does have 2, and I don't think it was a complete tear. I'm not sure, but he's gonna have trouble pushing off, kind of grappling with that front line. So he's probably, same thing like Hutchinson. We wanted to get that player in with the Super Bowl, so he's probably pushing it. He'll probably be a game time. And Philly, unfortunately, fortunately, has some of that secret sauce over there too. So I'm sure they're going to utilize that to get him feeling 100%, or at least close to 100% at game time.
Hey, Doc, a couple of people in the chat are asking some questions. Could we fire a couple of these away at you?
Absolutely, I'm here as long as they're appropriate.
All right, here we go. This is from Richard. Ask the doc if my back surgery is supposed to itch all the time. It sucks.
How long ago was surgery?
Well, that I don't know. What's a typical
Usually within the first.
itch time? I guess
It's pretty common at the beginning because of all the healing and the repairs. You got to realize you've cut small sensitive skin and there's multiple layers. As it heals, you're going to feel that it's like an itchy feel, but it's more like you're getting the connections back to the small sensory fibers. And that happens definitely within the first month and can last up to 3 to 4 months. But it should dissipate. He should make sure his wound is healing well. It doesn't get too dry, and the scabbing and stuff will cause something like that. If it's over a 6-month period since the surgery, he definitely needs to see somebody. Something else might be going on there. Nothing terrible, just be more dermatologic, skin irritation thing. But if it's in the first 3 months, it's not abnormal. But if it's after 6 months, he needs to see somebody.
All right, very good. All right, very good. Now we got one from Aaron to the Stone. Yo, Doc, I hit my head on the cement overhang walking into a pizza joint last Thursday. My neck is so darn sore. Feel lightheaded and dizzy frequently. So it looks like he hit his head on a cement overhang, and his neck is very sore, and he's lightheaded. What do you think he should do?
Yeah, that's nuts. Yeah, he needs to see somebody. We'll be happy to see him or someone like us. If he's still having lightheadedness and neck pain, you got to worry about obviously a whiplash and that he has a mild concussion. So if his vision or his thought process, or if he's cloudy, that's something. How long ago did he do it?
Last week.
So at least 7 days. That should have resolved easily within 24 to 72 hours. If he still has lingering symptoms 7 days later, he cautiously should be. I like to know his age. I like to know how tall he was. If he hit his head on the ceiling, but he needs to see somebody if that symptoms has been more than 7 days and it's not decreasing in frequency. But that's something that needs to come in. I mean, obviously, if he's in our area, we'll be happy to see him and get him on. Just mention Woodward Sports and your show, and we'll get him in within a couple days.
He wants the secret sauce, Doc. He wants the secret sauce. Doc, you're a good man for joining us from Paris. Good job.
I think it's great. We've done the Eiffel Tower. I've gone out and seen the Eiffel Tower. Did the Mona Lisa, and we're gonna get off. hopefully I'll send some photos back we can put up when I'm on my next side of the trip here.
Man, love it, love it, love it. Good stuff, Doc. Thanks so much, my friend. All the best and safe travels.
Take care, guys. Peace from Paris.
Peace from Paris. The great Dr. Jeff Pierce, Michigan Sports in Spine, MichiganSportsInSpine.com, our WSN Injury Insider. Oh, hey, Braylon Edwards. You got to cut the microphone on. Yeah.
I was more so talking to Ryan in the camera, but yeah, there's an audio issue, ladies and gentlemen. So you guys can hear me. I can use this microphone. It works well, but I can't hear on this. So Dr. Pierce, I would have done no good just sitting here looking at Ryan the whole time like this.
No doubt.
Let you guys get
Fighting
after
through
it.
some
I was
stuff.
interested about that Brandon Graham one. That was one that interested me. He got hurt week 12, and, you know, he is the heart and soul. Last time they won a Super Bowl, it was Brandon Graham that made the play to stop Tom Brady on that 4th down. So getting him back in that game, like, that would be a major piece. You're talking about a Super Bowl winner and a guy that's been a leader in a franchise that's one of the major franchises for a period of 11 years.
Could be his last game, too. He could make the Super Bowl his finale. And,
36 years old.
It would be awesome to see him go out on top, BG. Go out on top.
I want to get back to this betting conversation. I think that mic's open. Sorry.
KG, boy, he be going.
What? I can't hear you. Sometimes your mic is on, sometimes it's off.
Kenny, is this? Yeah, there you go.
Oh, there
Can
we
you
go.
just leave me on, please? Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it.
I want to get back to this, just to kind of get back and circle back to this gambling conversation that we were having about the NFL and the NBA and Terry Rozier being investigated by the federal government, by the feds for
you
point
don't want
shooting.
them knocking at your door.
I want to play for you Tim Donaghy, and we all remember Tim Donaghy, right? I mean, he is the former NBA official who went to prison for influencing games because he got wrapped up in a betting scheme with the wrong people. And once he was in, he couldn't get out. And I know that's kind of a line in the movie, paraphrasing, but nonetheless, that's how it happened. So here's Tim Donaghy.
Breaking legs over there, man.
Admitting to how the refs tried to punish Allen Iverson in 2007. Okay, the refs did not like Allen Iverson, and they were trying to punish him. Here's Donaghy.
I do believe Allen Iverson knew this, and I believe all the players know this, that certain referees treat them much better than others.
Donaghy told us that 2 years ago, Iverson had incurred the wrath of the refs.
He had threatened one of our officials, and the NBA fined him $25,000, and we felt as a group that he should have been suspended. And because he wasn't, we felt like we would teach him a lesson.
During that time, you worked an Iverson game January 6, 2007, so you bet against Iverson's team.
Correct.
Because you knew that all the refs were gunning for him. This was openly discussed.
Openly discussed. And I knew that the other two referees and I sought out to do a little justice of our own.
The refs quickly called curious fouls on Iverson, including rarely called fouls for palming.
And Iverson still upset about that palming call.
They threw his game off, and his team lost. According to the game's announcers, even late in the game, you kept hurting Iverson's team by letting defenders bludgeon him without calling any fouls. Watch.
Tim Donaghy will not call a foul when Iverson goes to the basket. About 3 in a row where he got to the basket, got fouled, we thought, no call.
What are we looking at?
We're looking at a foul that was let go. Obviously, in the pregame meetings, we came to the conclusion that we were not going to give Allen Iverson any marginal plays to the basket. And that absolutely should have been called a foul that I and the other referees passed on.
Did anyone in the NBA know about it?
There was a group supervisor at the game that came in at halftime who was laughing and stated that he felt that Iverson had gotten the message.
So the supervisor approved of your punishing Iverson?
Yes.
The NBA would not let that supervisor or any of its refs talk to us. In that game, Donaghy did make calls that helped him win his bet, but he insists that wasn't the point. He says all he wanted to do was punish Iverson. But yes, he did win his bet. Special Agent Philip Scala, who retired from the FBI last year, told us Donaghy would bet on a game when he knew who the refs were and that they felt strongly about certain players.
I mean, that is one of the most incredible pieces of sound that you could possibly ever hear when it comes to sports.
The head ref comes in there. The chief comes in at halftime laughing, saying, I think Iverson's gotten the point. I think Iverson's got the point. That's damning.
Well, it just goes back to, just to summarize for you, Allen Iverson allegedly threatened an official. The NBA thought that Iverson should have been suspended. He was not suspended. So then the officials took it upon themselves to not give him any call fouls against him that are ticky-tack, and really take the game out of his hands. And so Donaghy then bet against Iverson all the time.
Yep.
Once he found out who the officials were, he would always bet against Iverson because he knew it was openly discussed amongst these officials that they were going to go after Allen Iverson. And
Get it together, Bray.
He's a bit confused, but no, you knew to bet the under in those cases. You definitely could collect some money. So to your point, it is directly influencing gambling. I love how when you watch that full documentary, though, he says he himself never influenced the outcome of the game. It's very
well, I mean,
interesting,
this was
the numbers and metrics.
This was the 60 Minutes follow-up report outside of the documentary. But, Maz, it's just something that you can't have in sports.
No, and we all knew. I mean, go back to CCNY back in the 40s and the 50s. It starts there, man, and it goes. And I told you, it's dirty. When gambling is involved, it's dirty. Never mind bookies. Now you're in bed with these gambling sites. You're in bed with them. And you have an obligation to your fans. And these kids, man, they're betting. High school kids are betting. Yeah. And they're losing.
Well, you know what? I just want to say this.
It's an epidemic.
I just want to say this. The gambling part I don't care about. I mean, it's an individual choice that people make.
Right.
It is the integrity part on the leagues for me. That is the direction I think is important here. You can't have NBA officials betting on games. You can't have NBA players even being investigated for point shaving. You can't have fan bases. You can't have head coaches in the NFL, Sean McDermott, openly discuss, and we could talk about that as well, with his team. Hey, guys, we're not going to get any calls today. We're not getting any calls. We have to play above the officials.
Yeah.
So you can't have that. That is the correlation with the gambling. And then Troy Aikman says we've got to get it right. That is how it all happens.
Brandon Beane yesterday, the GM of the Bills, basically said what Sean McVay said. I told our team knows we're in enemy territory. They're not going to help us. We have to play a perfect game to win this game.
I think the NFL they have to get better at 100%. I mean, but this is what these teams know when you go into those spaces, though. Like, we knew when we played the Patriots, we ain't getting no calls. Mm-hmm. We got to be on top of it. We got to be disciplined. We got to dial into, the film study. We got to dial into training camp. We got to dial into the mistakes that we made to this point, and we got to make sure we don't make those same mistakes. So, yes, the NFL definitely is – they're on the clock here as it relates to – we're watching a week, essentially 10 days from now. We're going to watch and see what they do in that Super Bowl with the Eagles and with the Chiefs, and do they get it right, and do they – but going into that game, as an Eagles player, and we got to be on par. You knew back then, as whoever you were going against the Patriots, the Lakers, Michael Jordan. You knew Jordan's going to get all the calls. Karl Malone. You can't miss free throws in the clutch when you shoot 81%. So it sucks, but this isn't really anything new. It just sucks because gambling's now involved.
That is the new part.
Yeah.
That's the new part, Bray. And that's why there are so many different –
right into that one.
Well, that's why there's so many different eyeballs on this, and why it's so scrutinized, and why it's so – because – have you ever?
How can the NFL? How can this particular game? Because this is the first one that we'll see after. How can they get it right for you without the things that Maz says, which he's right about? just right now, how can they get this game right and ease your mind a little bit going into the offseason of 2024?
First of all, first and foremost, on replays, call what you see. I think the call stands on the field is the biggest bailout call that you could possibly have, where the call on the field stands.
Yep.
Not confirmed.
The pass that touched the ground, I think it was a third down or fourth down. Xavier Worthy. When he caught it and he pinned it against the ground, that is an incomplete catch. The ball was on the ground. Anybody with two eyes, anybody with one eye, saw that was an incomplete catch. That ball, half of the ball, 50% of it, hit the ground, was laying flat on the ground. You've got to overturn that call. The Josh Allen, when you have one official coming up and one official coming down, you have to then take that overhead view of the ball over the line. Yeah. And there are ways to do that. When you have replay to assist you, make the proper call. Get it right from what everybody can see. That is how you fix it immediately.
Is this a catch?
Hell no.
It's
tough. It's touching the ground, but the majority of the leverage is in my hand.
If it touches the ground, it should be dead, period.
Is this a catch?
Right.
How tight are those fingers? How tight are those fingers?
Right. But that's the point, right? Yeah. I mean, that's how I would – that's the first thing I would do.
The overhead camera, the one that's on the
line?
On the wire, right? Yeah. The one that's on the wire.
Yeah. The XFL camera.
Just park it. Just park it over that. When you know it's a third or fourth down and one or less, park that camera there. And that gives you the perfect view.
Right.
And then use that camera to make a dispute.
Based on that, then, this goes back to even before sports betting was legal. This goes back to what you're talking about. It's a bailout. They've had that system in play for a very long time, just so in these games when you favor a Patrick Mahomes or you favor a Joe Montana, it's like, oh, cool, let's here's the play. Now you have a bailout in certain situational moments, which they happen a lot in big games. There's a lot of clock stoppages. There's a lot of opportunity to use those. I didn't see it. Did you see it kind of type things? This goes way back. The NFL has always had those systems in play just in case.
No doubt about it.
Everything should be able to be challenged.
I agree.
To me.
Period.
Everything.
Period.
Penalties, everything, yes.
Everything.
Yeah.
Period.
It's your timeout, right?
Yep.
If you want to lose it, lose it. But everything, and then you're going to say, Madge, the game's going to be 4 hours long. No.
It won't.
When you do it, it goes right to New York, not the guy going to the sideline.
And the little tiny screen.
Yes, or Jim Nantz and Tony Romo can make the decision. I don't care.
Like
they
hockey.
have the screen.
Right.
The coaches will look it up at AT&T Stadium. Jerry Jones' world.
Right.
That thing is 1,000,000 feet. You can see everything on that screen, yet they're going to a TV screen, a camera screen.
You know what you could do as well? You could put a Mike Pereira in every single booth in every single game.
Yes.
And send it upstairs to them.
Yep.
They've got all the monitors, all the angles. What do you say?
But do you think that would give them greater influence over the game if I challenge a penalty and it goes straight to New York? They can do what they want at that point.
That's a great
call. Now you've bypassed the system, which is already broken, but now you've bypassed that. KG, you appreciate it. I've been on that screen that Maz is talking about. At Jerry's World, I've been on the screen.
Have you?
But it wasn't as a player. It was at WrestleMania.
Oh, really?
Didn't know I was on the screen.
Oh, that's crazy.
I was a certain type of faced, if you will.
Yeah, I feel you.
You can see
it wasn't pleasant faced.
Right. No, it was not.
Guys, on a stadium screen, you can see everything.
Yeah.
Why are they going to the sidelines or looking at a camera?
Right.
What is that?
Braylon, Phil in the chat says, how many times did you get screwed? Do you remember a time where in a game there was a catch or no catch where it had to be replayed? Do you remember anything quite like that or not really?
If I'm going to be honest, like I feel like everyone always say they got screwed and here's the moment and this, that, and the third. In the NFL, I got all the calls. Like legit, when I was in Cleveland, every instant replay that was involved me, whether it was Cleveland or New York, and the one that I had with the Seattle Seahawks, I won. Like we won the challenge. My favorite one was it was against the Steelers. Like Derek Anderson was trying to throw a ball away. He throws it the back of the end zone, or the front of the end zone towards the out of bounds. I snag it, get 2 feet in, and you can see like the divots. To your point, Maz, you saw the divots. There was a literally about 15, 20-minute break in the action to see, was he in, was he not? I'll show you there's 2 divots that you can see. All you guys say is, yeah, he caught that. Let's move right along. Yep. I 100%. So now I was always on the good side, if you will.
All right, guys, it is a fill-in-the-blank Friday. Fill-in-the-blank Friday. We are going to take a break. Come right back. You want to shut it down again, or do you want to? Okay, we're good.
We good.
But first, a message from Planet Fitness.
Where your fitness is.
Okay.
Your Fitness is essential with over 50 metropolitan Detroit locations. Planet Fitness is the gym for you because it is a squeaky clean gym that you can enjoy and you can feel safe in. 2020 taught us all about being safe. Also, there's no judgment here at Planet Fitness. You can work out to the beat of your own drum, the march of your own beat. You do it however you want to do it. And then it's fitness that fits into your budget. We're not trying to hit you over the head. You come in the gym, we won't break the bank. You can get in shape and feel good before the spring comes. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Also, let me tell you about Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC. New year, new you, new car. How about it? Les Stanford Buick GMC is here. Get a 2025 Hummer EV SUV, 24 months, $699 a month, $1999 down. Or 2025 GMC Sierra 1500 Crew Cab, 24 months, $359 per month. Are my eyes bugging? $359 per month.
I hate that read. It's a wordy one.
Sign and drive, no down payment required. GM discount required for both. Get to Les Stanford today. Check out that massive inventory. Les Stanford Buick GMC. LesStanford.com. LesStanford.com.
Together. Let's drive.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
Let's give it up for David Tully, everybody. David Tully. This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Detroit has the best sports fans in the world. That's why they deserve the best sports coverage in the world. We are the Woodward Sports Network.
Hey guys, dreaming of a new home but feeling the financial pinch? Well, Mark White & Associates, your trusted real estate experts, are here to help. Mark White and his team will pay up to $5,000 of your closing costs. That's $5,000 right off the top. Give them a call today, 248-290-8242. Try them online as well, markwhitesells.com. Again, that number, 248-290-8242 to make your dreams come true.
Soroki's with real fans' favorite right now for a limited time. In a limited time, only 7 new signature wings. They're here for you. Lemon pepper being the best. You want to get these wings, and look, no disrespect to Lockhart's, but these wings are fire that Soroki's has, man. You got to pull up on them. The honey barbecue, the lemon pepper. It doesn't matter. Even you go old school and get the buffalo. The buffalo has a sweet, it's like a tangy sensation, if you will. Also, it's still got the old school crispy chicken, which they're known for, and it's always fresh. It's always rehits good, too, if you use your air fryer. And then you got the biscuits, the honey biscuits. Yes, Anson Wells, I said it, they have the honey biscuits. Soroki's, remember, we're the real fans' favorite.
Hey, welcome back. Woodward Sports Network. Ryan Ermanni, Braylon Edwards, Tom Mazaway. We are coming to you live from the Winter Blast Royal Oak, presented by Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort. We are broadcasting live from Lockhart's Barbecue at the corner of 3rd and Williams here in downtown Royal Oak. 4 o'clock today, if you're watching live, going to head on over and be a part of the Royal Oak Police versus Royal Oak Fire Department broomball matchup. We were supposed to do it on the rink outdoors here at the rink at Royal Oak. We have since moved it inside a tent at 4th and Williams. So that's where we'll be, and hope you can make it out.
I'll come over. Maybe I'll help the fire guys.
I think you should. Erica Erickson.
I'll definitely help the fire guys. I gotta help Erica out.
Erica Erickson leading the fire department.
Okay.
Ryan Ermanni leading the police department.
There we go.
Back the blue.
Always got to bet on blue.
See if you can get me a couple of get out of jail free cards.
Well, that's why we do these things, Tom Mazaway. No, I'm just kidding, buddy. I'm just kidding. You're a funny guy.
Yeah.
All right, guys. It is my favorite segment of the week.
Hey.
It is a fill-in-the-blank Friday, fill-in-the-blank Friday, fill-in-the-blank Friday. I'm just kidding. You're a funny guy.
Yeah.
All right, guys. It is my favorite segment of the week.
Hey.
It is a fill-in-the-blank Friday, fill-in-the-blank Friday, fill-in-the-blank Friday. You guys ready?
Yes,
Hell
sir.
yeah.
All right. Here we go. Braylon Edwards, you're first up.
Okay.
You are, and I hope this isn't a confusing question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. You are more excited to see the Lions blank perform with the announcement of a new coordinator. I'm looking for offense or defense here.
Yeah.
You're more excited to see the Lions blank perform with the announcement of their new coordinator, Braylon Edwards.
For the people that say offense, I understand you. You want to see what it looks like with Ben Johnson no longer there. I definitely get that 100%. But for me, it's a slam dunk, and it's the defense. Last year, Aiden Hutchinson was on the way to become the defensive player of the year, and he got injured early on in the season. So many injuries hampered that defense from really allowing Aaron Glenn to do what he was capable of. We watched him build this defense over 3 years. Last year was supposed to be the culmination, but injuries, they had another story to tell. It's defense. What's going to happen when Lee McNeil next to DJ Reader? How is Aiden going to look from that injury? Alex Anzalone and Jack Campbell. Does Jack Campbell take another step? What did they do in the draft? Which we'll get to that, so I won't spoil it. But what did they do to the draft to help this team? Are they going to bring back Carlton Davis, which I think is a staple and a must bring back? So the defense is the focal point because your offense is great. Your offense is great. You know what that offense is, and they have a leader. They don't have any questions on offense. It's the defense. Can this defense get to somewhere near what this offense is? Because that's what they're going to need, as we found out in the playoffs. Like when you're trying to get to that final dance, 2 years ago, they didn't have the defense when they were in San Francisco. This year against the Commanders, because of injuries, they didn't have the defense. You got to have a strong defense in the playoffs.
Tom Mazaway, you are more excited to see the Lions blank perform with the announcement of their new coordinator.
Well, I'm a big Kelvin Shepard fan. Love him. Johnny Morton, I don't know much about him, just from what I read, and he was here for a year or so. If Dan Campbell likes him, I like him. I would go with the D, except they're going to get all their players back. So I think they're going to be way improved no matter what. So I'm going to be more excited to see what Johnny Morton does with this Lions offense, how he uses these players, how Jahmyr Gibbs, I think, should win Offensive Player of the Year next year. I cannot wait to see what he's got in store for us. Maybe take the ball out of Jared Goff's hands a little bit and let the running backs do their thing. Sure, Amon-Ra St. Brown is going to be terrific. J-Mo is going to have a big year. I hope Tim Patrick's still here. I think Sam Laporta is going to have a way better year than he had this year. I think Johnny Morton's going to run the ball here today. And I know, supposedly, he didn't run when he was with the Jets, but they didn't have anybody. We got Jahmyr Gibbs, and I didn't even mention David Montgomery. I'm looking forward to seeing that offense perk.
Yeah, it's the defense for all the reasons that Bray laid out. The offense, not to say it's plug and play yet again, but Johnny Morton shouldn't have too much trouble coming in here and being able to operate this offense. All your horses are on offense. It's got to be the defense, and just with the injured players coming back and maybe some new additions, how is that going to look?
The answer to me is both.
Yeah, for real. That's the real answer.
That's old school Braylon, Ryan. You got to pick one.
That's the real answer.
Old school Braylon. Yeah. If I had to pick one, I would say the offense purely because I'm familiar with Kelvin Shepard. I feel like he's got a dog in him, and we know he's going to play an attack-style defense. I know absolutely nothing about John Morton. I just don't. I don't know. This guy could walk in the bar right now at Lockhart's Barbecue, and I would not be able to pick him out. I'm being totally honest with you. So I have no idea who he is. It looks like he's got a really good resume, and a lot of people talk highly of him. But this team's success is predicated on how good the offense is. And this offense was among the best, if not the best in the league all season long for the last 2 years. So there's only one way this offense can go, and that's down. So I think that's something that concerns me as well. The defense only has one way to go, and that's up. And I believe they're going to do that.
Hope.
The offense only has one way to go, and that's down. So,
But
that's why I'm curious to see what the offense is.
But the question was, what are you more excited to see? Not like that's your question. Excited. I'm excited to see the defense.
Well, that's why you're very literal, and that's why you're you, Braylon Edwards. So yes, by that definition, I guess I'd say defense.
But all jokes aside, I'm just really excited because I feel like we give Brad Holmes so much credit for the moves that he made, with the exception of one. All the moves that he's made, and you see how they've panned out for this Lions team. I'm excited because these are moves that he brought in, whether it's Davenport, whether it's Emmanuel Mosley, whether it's Terry and Arnold, we can fully see next year in the second season. Alex Henselung next to Jack Campbell. They chose these players, and all the players that he's chosen for the most part have had success. So I'm excited to see a healthy version of this defense.
Tom Mazaway, your passion for this Super Bowl is
meh. That's what it is. The only thing I'm really looking forward to is I hope it's another good game like it was 2 years ago, 37-34.
Great final.
Chiefs win it at the buzzer. I hope the Eagles could win this one at the buzzer. But I'm rooting for my Super Bowl squares. That's it. I don't care.
Do you know your numbers yet?
No, I do not know my numbers yet. Whatever they are, they'll probably be 2-9, 8-8, 1-1, something like that.
Did you see the guy that bet $51,000 that there won't be the same person that scores the touchdown scores the 2-point conversion immediately after? He bet $51,000 at Bet Rivers, $51,000 to win $1,500.
To do what?
That's
$51,000.
I know, but what's he betting on?
That the same player would not score the touchdown and ensuing 2-point conversion.
Can I ask a
question? If Mark Andrews scores a touchdown, or if Travis Kelce scores a touchdown, he's not going to score the 2-point conversion.
Can I ask a question? It's not why he bet on that. It's not the price point. Why are the odds that low?
Because they feel like it's impossible to it's not going to happen at all. They feel it's.
What if there's no 2-point conversion?
So if it's not going to happen,
well, then he wins. Then he wins $1,500.
Okay.
If they think it's impossible to happen, then
that's
numbers
a winning
should be
bet.
better.
I like that bet. I wouldn't lay $51,000 though to win $1,500.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
No,
but that isn't. I think that's
somebody
a solid
that hates
bet.
their money.
That's a solid bet.
First of all, I haven't seen and I'm not paying attention. The Lions have gone for two a ton of times this season. Like, typically, it's not the person that scores a touchdown that gets the 2-point conversion. Because in that case, Jahmyr Gibbs or Dave Montgomery have all of them.
That's right.
Like, the tight end has a bunch of them.
That's why the odds are so bad.
I thought they would be higher, though.
Yeah,
because if you bet the same two, like, that doesn't happen. So that's when the numbers go up, right, on the plus side.
Well, yeah, I guess if it did happen, though, either way. Braylon, your passion for this Super Bowl is?
For the halftime show.
Yeah.
It's for the halftime show. Look, I know I said earlier in the week, and I still stand by it. You get to the Super Bowl, you got a shot, especially with a defense that good. But Spags is undefeated as a defensive coordinator in the last 6 years for the Kansas City Chiefs. Like, he's legitimately going to use Chris Jones. They're going to get tight in the middle. They're going to make sure to Saquon Barkley. So I think it's going to be a boring game. They're going to stop Saquon Barkley. They're going to force Jalen Hurts to beat him. You know what that looks like. So I think it's going to be boring. I'm excited to see what the halftime show is. And are there any surprises? We know SZA's going to perform with Kendrick.
SZA.
Are there some surprises?
Yeah, me and Bray is once again on one accord, man.
Really?
I would say 5 out of 10.
I'm shocked.
I wonder why. Anyway, but 5 out of 10 for me. I'm a football fan. It'll be a solid football game, probably like similar to what we saw last time. But I'm not really excited for it. Of course, as a Lions fan, I'm still kind of hurting.
I put it to you this way: last year, when that Super Bowl happened, right? That Super Bowl happened My dad had a Super Bowl party. Shout out to Pops for scoring on. You know you're always welcome on the show. Like, legitimately, because that game was so good, I was dialed into my seat.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't getting up. I wasn't mingling. I wasn't doing anything. This year, because I'm the Lions fan now, and then, too, I don't think it's going to be a good game, I'm going to be up helping out, mingling. I'm going to be over here, a little bit over here, having some combo over here, maybe go outside for a couple sessions. You know what I'm talking about.
Sir.
And I'll dial in 8 minutes left in the game. Huh?
Nothing.
What are you talking about? 8 minutes left in the game, I think, is a good dial-in
This
point.
is ready-made for the Chiefs, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, this should be a slam dunk for the Chiefs.
But a lot.
What's the number in this?
I'm sorry.
1.5.
Really?
Isn't this the perfect setup?
They're not
going to
win 3 in a row.
Maybe.
They're not winning 3 in a row.
Isn't this what corporations, the good corporations do? The corporations, they build up a product or build up a thing, build it up, then they drop it just to build it back up.
Maybe.
This could be the perfect time for Eagles sneak a win.
You don't think the NFL want that three-peat, man?
No.
Oh, God.
No, it's just no.
The doll spoon says, Ryan, you don't know who SZA is, LOL. Yelling SZA like you a fan. There is no doubt.
He has no idea.
I know who SZA is because I buy tickets for my kids.
I'm not pretending. I have no idea who SZA is.
It's a fine woman.
Although I know the
Before
name.
the surgery, man, she messed her face up a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit, but
I know the name SZA, but I don't know.
She got
who
the best
she is.
BBL on the market, though. I'm sorry.
100%. Yeah, you ain't lying.
What's
Like,
BBL?
her
What's
BBL
that?
should be studied.
Yeah.
What's that? BBL.
That's where they like remove the fat.
Brazilian.
He don't know what BBL is either.
BBL jersey, BBL
What's
jersey.
that? What's
She
that?
lifted that thing up.
Thank God they got
Okay.
us spray. Thank God.
Oh, Brazilian butt lift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there
I
you
got
go.
You. Okay.
Right. You know how to spell SZA?
CZA.
SZA.
Oh, SCA. That's what I meant.
That's what he meant. Look, that's what
I
he
did
meant.
meant SCA.
Try to help the boy out, man. You know what I'm saying?
My passion for the Super Bowl is at an all-time low.
Yeah.
And I think it's because this season has sucked. And
It
I
has.
go back to that. There are more bad teams this year than I think the NFL has ever had. And
a lot of bad football.
There was always kind of a middle class of the NFL. And there is no more middle class. It's like there's good teams and bad teams. And there's a lot of bad teams.
Well, that's because nowadays, like, it's become more than ever. You have to have a quarterback to win. Like, it just is what it is. Like, you have to have one of those quarterbacks to win. If you don't, your team's got to go all in. The teams that win now, it's the quarterbacks. You look at the ones, Ryan and Ermanni, that aren't on that level, it's the quarterback position and it's cheap owners. It's cheap owners and it's bad quarterbacks. The teams that are winning, they got really, 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 really good dedicated owners that spend the money. They get the right players. They let their coaches. They give them that free reign. Or you got Josh Allen. Or you have Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow. You got to have one of these elite guys. Just look at what the playoffs is. Like the playoffs, look, Jaden Daniels, he's one of the ones. Matt Stafford. Like, these are names we know. They're the best quarterbacks in the NFL. It's no more of the Rich Gannons getting into the Super Bowl. And shout out to Rich Gannon. I love the Raiders at that time because of Charles Woodson. But it's not Rich Gannon and Brad Johnson and all these other guys on a good team. You got to have a great team or owner that spins.
So are we out then? The Lions are out then?
Well, we got something that's new. And it's giving the players onus. It's loyalty. It's trust. It's building it from the ground roots up. You're starting to see the Lions model in other teams because they're paying their players early. They're believing in their players and trusting them. But what the Lions do, Maz, I know this phrase gets used a lot. They're one of one. They're one-on-one in how they move. The Dolphins are trying to implement a little bit of that, but sometimes you catch lightning in the bottle.
Want to thank KG and Sam Flannel for coming out. They
God.
have Sam Flannel,
Kool-Aid.
KG.
Yeah.
Brandon.
Kool-Aid. Yeah, I was about to say. I'm part of the show. I have to be here.
It's Friday. It's Friday.
I'm looking at. I'm
contractually
looking at y'all. It's
obligated.
like the morning show.
Yeah,
It's like, morning Woodward.
The morning show just walked out.
Yeah, the morning
I'll
show's
see
just
Kool-Aid tonight
gone.
at the game.
Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. Going to the Pistons game tonight.
Going to the Pistons game tonight,
great.
man. No Luka,
I might be in
but
there
still
too.
get
We'll see.
Kyrie.
How did KG get an invite?
My brother got tickets. He got sweet tickets. So.
Okay.
Hey, KG's got
This
better
is,
situations than I do.
He's got it. All right.
Yeah, I got connections.
This might be a difficult question,
I have to
but
go through you then.
there's
You
no
might.
there's no wrong answer to it. The most active team in the NFL this offseason will be.
Ooh.
I got two.
Okay, you can give me two
one,
today.
I have one each conference.
Okay.
I think Steelers in the AFC.
Ooh.
And I
that was one
think
guy that was
49ers in the NFC.
Ooh.
Okay.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I think 49ers, based on how they watch their season and their kind of like consistent chance for it just collapse and fall apart this year, I think they're going to be reworking a lot of wires. I think they're going to be moving some players, bringing some players in, and they'll also try to move up in the draft. So 49ers and then the Steelers, I think finally Mike Tomlin and everything else has come to a head. It's come to a head. You now realize that way is not sustainable in 2025 moving forward. And I think even though they made the playoffs, they saw how it faltered at the end this year, last year. They're going to have to make some moves, and I think this is the year that they join the ranks of the Lions like, okay, you got us. What do we need to do to become a better franchise?
I got 2 slam dunks for you. Easy. Yeah. Raiders and Patriots.
Oh, you took mine.
Raiders and Patriots.
Oh, my gosh. I was going to say the Raiders.
I was going to say the Raiders, too.
Yep.
You'll see a whole new Raiders team, and you're going to see the Patriots are going to start moving up again because they got the right people in place. I don't think Josh McDaniels is right, but Mike Vrabel is there, and I believe they're going to go out. I hear T. Higgins to the Patriots is going to be done. And I hear he's going to get $30 million.
Oh, Tom Brady finna get the Raiders
together. What I love about Vrabel at the Patriots? Just because he played for the Patriots, people think he's a Belichick. He's not a Belichick guy. He just happens to have played for Belichick. His coaching style is different.
Learned his dirty stuff
100%. There's a lot of things that he takes from Belichick. Yep. The aggressiveness, you got to dial in. You're one of a team. But he'll let you do your thing. He has some fun. He's a little bit different. Just because he played for the Patriots, he's not a Belichick guy. He's not Josh McDaniels or Charlie Weiss or insert a long list of Belichick coaches. He's different.
What you got, Rod?
T. Higgins, by the way, there was a ESPN.com article today about top free agents in football this offseason. T. Higgins projected 4-year, $114 million.
Sounds about right.
That would put him 7th in terms of wide receivers. That sounds about right.
Yep.
7th.
And Pete pointed out the fact they got 10 draft picks, so you can expect a lot of movement, man.
No doubt.
Drake May's got to get help, right?
I was going to say the Raiders myself because Pete Carroll is he
there to win now.
What is the line in Rocky 3 when I ain't got it. It takes Paulie 5 years. Well, I ain't got 5 years.
Yeah.
Right.
Pete Carroll ain't got 5 years.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's
Pete
a fact.
Carroll ain't got 5 years. So
fun, man.
I got the Raiders.
That's a good one.
Should we take a break and come back, and we'll come back round 2 of round 2.
Good one.
Still in the Black Friday.
By the way, Pete Spivak just gave me the greatest symbol for Lady JT. He looks, he's like,
let Pete
cook because he doesn't have
Let him cook.
Exactly. Let Pete cook. Let me tell you about Lady J's Haircuts for Men. We take the chore out of getting a haircut. Our talented stylist will deliver an industry-leading haircut, relaxing scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You know, you guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
I think you won.
This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
The most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app online or in club and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Thank you to all the fans for making Woodward Sports your #1 online destination for Detroit sports. We promise not to drop the ball.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
Detroit has the best sports fans in the world. That's why they deserve the best sports coverage in the world. We are the Woodward Sports Network.
Hey guys, football's big game is right around the corner, about a week and change away from it. Make sure you're ready to get the most out of your favorite sports with the best sports book made in Michigan for Michigan. It's from Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort. Fund your online account with cash. No need to link to a credit card or bank account, and get 100% deposit match up to $1,000 plus 50 free spins. Visit playeagle.com. Download the Eagle Casino and Sports app today, and make sure you look for Eagle Casino and Sports for Android and Apple users.
Hey, welcome back. We are broadcasting live from Lockhart's Barbecue in Royal Oak at the corner.
321?
That's right. At the corner of 3rd and Williams. It is the Winter Blast Royal Oak 2025, presented by Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort. It goes through this weekend in downtown Royal Oak. Cool events, free ice skating, spectacular ice sculptures, live music, heated tents, marshmallow roasting, food trucks galore, and the 300-foot zip line, which is not active right now, but it will be this weekend.
What's the scoop? If we get a couple $100 from someone, you're
well,
going to go on it?
It's down. I was going to do that today, but it's down because of the rain.
So you won't do it. You won't do it later?
No.
Tomorrow?
No.
What have I got?
I'm going to a funeral tomorrow.
Oh, sorry.
Ryan out of that zip line.
Yeah.
Thanks for
he got out of the
water
zip line.
right on.
Right. Well,
January's been a month full of death, man. I can't wait to get to February and get it moving, man.
Yeah.
I went to 2 back-to-back, and I know you went to 1. You went. Oh, that's right. You went to 3. It's like 5 individuals, 5 moms at your parish.
Yeah, 5 moms of friends
Say
of
that
ours.
5 times fast.
Right.
5 moms at your
Rest in
parish.
peace. Thank God.
That's right.
Rest in peace.
No doubt about it. So, again, admission is free to the Winter Blast. For more information, winterblast.com.
Things like the Winter Blast, like the food at the stands, like the what do you call it, the vendors?
Oh, yeah, they're all
vendors
setting up out here.
like elephant ears, things like that. I love the food at festivals and fairs. I mean, I eat it as much anymore, but I still love even the smell.
Yeah.
Like it unlocks childhood memories or like memories of other stuff. You smell those like peanuts. What is this? The almonds?
Yeah,
yeah.
roasted almonds.
What?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Roasted almonds. I can smell them right now.
And Ryan, you got the broom ball coming up.
Yep, 4 o'clock if you're watching live. Got the broom ball, Royal Oak Police versus Royal Oak Fire Department. Broom ball, money goes to charity. It's going to be really exciting. So 4 o'clock, that's going to be in a tent, inside a tent. We're supposed to be on the ice rink, but want to protect the people that are coming. So we'll be inside a tent at 4th and Williams. Winter Blast, by the way, 20 years of the Winter Blast.
Unreal.
This started as a precursor to the Super Bowl.
That's right.
Back then when the Super Bowl 40 was in Detroit. Pretty cool stuff.
Super Bowl 60 coming up next year. And yesterday, Ryan, while you weren't here, we showed the logo for that, and it's got the lion colors.
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
LX,
for now.
not XL.
Yeah, I
They're
thought
gonna
it did
change
40.
it.
Yeah. Pretty good stuff. All right, continuing on here with the Fill in the Blank Friday, and I do want to conflate this with the Tigers topic that we had a little bit too. So here's the question.
I'm ready to.
If the Tigers don't sign Alex Bregman, they will blank.
Sign Jack Flaherty.
Ooh, I like that.
I think if they, I don't think it happens, but let's just say it doesn't. I think they sign Jack Flaherty. I think they use the bulk of that type of money. Sign Jack Flaherty. I think that's the move. Realistically, it doesn't matter who they sign, but I think if they don't sign Bregman, because there's rumors that he doesn't want to be here, Jack Flaherty.
Tom?
He kind of took what I was going to take, but I'm going to tell you this. Your question is one way, but I got to reword it.
Okay.
I believe they're going to sign both.
Really?
I believe
Flaherty
Bregman and
Bregman?
Flaherty are coming here And Scott Harris, I listened to his press conference yesterday, and he sounds like a man who's not done. Matter of fact, Pete, we have that tweet from Woodward Sports with the quote, Scott Harris, I'm telling you guys, when they asked him about Flaherty, is your pitching done? Can you talk about Flaherty? He's like, guys, I can't talk about that right now. I can just tell you we're not done building this team. We're not done. And when we get to spring training, we're going to do more talking, but we are not done. And I'm telling you, Bregman's got two choices. Come to Detroit for whatever they're giving you, or, I don't know, do a one-year deal somewhere. We got the best deal on the paper. Guaranteed the Tigers have the best deal on paper.
That's why I think it's going to be somebody else like Jack Flaherty or Pete Alonso or Jack Flaherty, insert another player that you might not necessarily be happy with. Is because by Alex Bregman already having a relationship with A.J. Hinch, because of their relationship in Houston, when they won the World Series, asterisk, if you will, they have a relationship. The Tigers are offering him the most money right now on the market in which he thought he was going to be worth more. The fact that all that's on the table and it's still taking this long lets me know that he does not want to come here to Detroit, or he's not coming for whatever reason. He would have already have come. He's not getting any more money from anybody else. He has a pre-existing relationship. The fact that he hasn't signed now as you're easing into February, he's not coming.
I think it's the contract length, personally. But go ahead, Maz. I know.
No, go ahead, man.
Oh, no. But I will say a cheaper third baseman since he took the Jack Flaherty, because I really hope they do sign Jack Flaherty. But you need to do something at third base. And no offense to Jay Young, I just don't think he's ready yet. So if they don't sign Bregman, I do expect them to make a move at third base. It'll just probably be somebody cheaper.
First of all, they got more money in the cap space than any team in the MLB.
Thank you. Don't get me started.
Realistically, you can get all three. If we want to have a realistic conversation, you can get all three.
You could.
I think with their usual spending patterns and looking at what the Dodgers are doing, looking at what the Yankees are doing, why am I going to tie myself to X amount of dollars knowing we're still going to get cracked?
You're not going to win, right?
I think that might be some of their hesitant footwork.
They're getting Bregman.
Yeah.
So they are going to get him.
So if
pitchers and catchers come February 17th, that's 2 weeks and change away.
One day.
They're going to get him. I watched that. I'm telling you, I could see this guy. I trust him. I don't know why, but I trust him now.
Your lips to God's ears. And here is my feeling about this. And this is where baseball is very frustrating. Because remember when Jack Flaherty said, and it's Ben Verlander who really started this, Justin Verlander's brother, said that don't get mad at the Dodgers. The Dodgers are just doing what other teams are unwilling to do.
Thank you.
Okay?
In a no-cap league.
Listen to me. If the Detroit Tigers sign Alex Bregman and Jack Flaherty, they will win the American League. Not only will they will be the favorite in the American League. There is no team in the American League that would be as well equipped to compete for a World Series against the Dodgers than the Detroit Tigers.
Braylon's face.
If they have, I'm telling you, that pitching, if you add Jack Flaherty to this staff with Skubal, Tarek Skubal, this is
Jackson Jobe.
And this is the only way you could beat the Dodgers.
You guys are assuming that this newfound method of pitching works again this year.
No, I'm not. No. Skubal.
Yeah. Your rotation would be nice with
That's
Flaherty.
what it is.
Bullpen will be better than the rotation.
You take that away.
Skubal, Flaherty, and
Joe.
Aces.
That's nice.
Skubal and Flaherty are aces. Then you have Cobb.
Do you believe in Flaherty
You
long
have Jobe.
Absolutely. With Chris Fetter, yes, I do.
So that's the thing,
Yeah,
that's
Chris
why
Fetter,
I think
absolutely.
that.
Okay.
Because
That's an equalizer. I'll give you
that's
that.
why I think that, because for the Tigers, I'm not a fit. You can't do this ticky-tack inning here, inning there.
Yeah.
That is making a mockery of the sport. That's a joke.
But it's a new way.
Well,
it's a new way.
Well,
and they might be ahead of the game. Tampa Bay did it. They did it.
Yeah. It's not sustainable, though.
Okay,
we don't know that.
160.
Listen, they only did it when Tarek Skubal was not on the mound.
Because they had to. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
now you have Flaherty and Skubal.
And now, so if you have Skubal and Flaherty,
And
maybe
your bullpen still good.
Maybe you could do that then every other game.
Right,
Instead of
right.
doing it every game, maybe you go Skubal, bullpen, Flaherty, bullpen. Skubal, bullpen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They did it because they had to.
That is where I'm at with that. And again,
Max Scherzer went to Toronto, by the way. 1-year deal. Probably be his last year, but he's giving it a shot.
So, again, though, if you – tell me why you wouldn't sign Bregman and Flaherty. That is the point. That is the problem.
Right.
Okay?
I think they want to, Rye. I don't think they're coming yet. Bregman is holding it. They're trying to get Bregman.
Yeah.
They're trying.
According to Jim Bowden this morning, the Tigers do have the best offer for Bregman.
So. 100%. I know that's what.
Okay.
So this is my thought.
That makes me happy. That's all you can do.
Right. That's all you can do.
That's all you can do.
Right. That's
all I want to hear.
I agree 100%. That's why I said, look, they have the money to get all three if they want to. They definitely should be able to get to two. Now, when you said if they get Bregman and Flaherty, you believe –
Name me a better team equipped in the postseason, and they would get to the postseason.
Right.
So tell me who's better in September and October. Tell me.
The Yankees got better.
Yeah. Cleveland's still around.
The Red Sox got better.
Yeah.
The Yankees lost Soto.
And again, it's not
Their
so much
offense
about
didn't get better.
Soto ain't do you any favors in
and
the playoffs.
Gleyber Torres.
To us.
Now, Ryan, I don't know about the whole American League, but the Central, I believe we should have locked down if we were to make those two.
I mean, the Tigers were 1 inning away from going to the World Series this year.
That's a fact.
They hold on in Game 4. They hold on in Game 4. That inning blew up in Game 4 at Comerica Park.
1 inning?
And I think they would have beaten the Yankees.
I was about to say, okay, so a couple more innings.
Yeah,
well, right, no, right. I mean,
you had a whole other series.
I was like, wait, what? Yeah. did I miss something?
No, yeah.
Did we make the
I was letting him rock, though. I'm letting him get his S off.
I mean, it was a bad inning against Cleveland when they had the lead.
At home.
In Game 4 at home. They would have won that series. And we'll never know. It's my belief they would have went in and beaten the Yankees. Yankees had no pitching. Yankees had no pitching.
True.
So they would have won the American League last year if it wasn't for that one bad inning.
Maybe got stomped in the World Series.
Yeah. I agree with that. I didn't say they'd win the World Series.
Stomped.
Okay.
But I think they're the best equipped
playing
team.
An all-star team.
Right.
I just don't fully subscribe to what the Tigers did last year in terms of placing some faith in it.
They lucked out.
Yeah, 100%.
They lucked out.
Yeah, I agree. I don't play so. I hope so. But if you get Flaherty, you get Bregman, you definitely will win this division, and you definitely give yourself, like you say, all you need is a chance. Like in baseball, hockey, it's one of those real sports where you get to the dance, you get to the playoffs. If you're hot, you're rolling with that momentum, you can do some damage.
Guys, the Detroit Pistons will blank at the trade deadline. The Detroit Pistons will blank at the trade deadline, which is Thursday, by the way.
It is.
Yep, next Thursday.
I'll go first.
6th.
I'll go first. Sell, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
I think they're going to sell, and I hope they don't. Be honest with you, I don't really know what they're going to do.
Yeah.
I don't have a feeling. But if they can get a blockbuster-type deal for Malik Beasley, like an offer you can't refuse, I think they've got to do it.
Yeah.
And to make this more of a long-term play situation, to really be able to compete down the road. This isn't about making the playoffs. This isn't about making the 6th seed or getting in the play-in. This is about winning championships. That's how you have to approach it as an organization. Yeah. And I think they're going to sell. It would be disappointing short-term, but I think I would be okay with it because I now believe that this organization has a true direct direction.
I will say they will acquire draft picks and a backup facilitator because when you look at the Pistons' position right now, they have the most cap space in the league, so they need to be involved with any big deal that goes down in the league. I think they'll be involved in the Jimmy Butler deal, maybe even another deal, but I expect them to try and load up on draft capital so they can make a move in the offseason, and for right now, they will acquire a backup facilitator to make a push for the playoffs.
Yeah, for a selfish reason, man. Like I want them to be buyers at the trade deadline, and I don't want them to move Malik Beasley. Like I promise you, we talked about this yesterday.
Yeah.
Malik Beasley, and you heard Trajan Langdon say, if a special deal is out there, look, man, this is the business that we're in. It will be a business decision. But you can just see how he's fitting to this team and how he's allowed Cade to kind of have a guy that you can trust knock down that three in the corner, man. I think he's very pivotal for the success. I think why not be buyers, because of this is a weak East. You got to strike when the iron's hot. We're seeing more and more in sports, in the Big Four. If you strike when the iron's hot, go for it all. You go for it when you have your opportunities. What I would say, though, I think they impress. And I know that's not a sexy answer, but they will impress because I'm impressed with Trajan Langdon this year. I'm impressed with J.B. Bickerstaff and how they brought professionalism to LCA and those guys and really instilled confidence in the Cade. So I'm very impressed with that. And I think also Tom Gores. Look, I hated that he paid the guy, blah, blah, blah. We can go back and forth. But to your point, he cut the money, he moved on, hired the right people, and the team has been moving in the right direction ever since. So I think because of that, I'm going to give them some grace. They'll impress. Whatever it is, I think it will be an impressive trade deadline for the Pistons.
I think the Pistons will trade some of those number 2 picks that they have, second-round picks.
Got 18 of them.
And somehow get a number 1 pick back because they're going to lose theirs this year.
Yeah.
I don't think Malik Beasley goes anywhere. I think he gets a new deal.
Yeah. They got to wait till the offseason to do it, but yes.
Detroit Pistons right now in the 8th spot in the Eastern Conference. They are a half a game back of Miami for the 6th spot. And, of course, the 6th spot is that threshold to not have to be in the play-in.
Yeah.
The Red Wings have blank as we head into February. Baz, go ahead.
The Red Wings are finally where I thought they would be after last year. They have caught up, and guess what? They hooked me last night. I'm at the bowling alley, and I'm down 2-0, and I told my friend, you know what? If they get out of this first period only down 2-0, I think they could win this game. And Alex Lyon got red hot. 45 stops for him, and they looked terrific. I love the way Dylan Larkin's playing. I'm telling you guys, this coach, Todd McClellan, has lit a fire under these guys. I don't know how long it'll last, but they're a very fun hockey team to watch all of a sudden. I was locked in. I don't remember the last period of hockey I've watched from the Red Wings this year. Yeah. And I watched the third period, and I could not turn the channel. And they wind up winning. Almost won it in overtime, wind up winning it in a shootout, 2-0. They look like a competitive team that could maybe win a playoff.
Isn't it something that just goes to show you the difference between what coaches can do with the same talent?
Yeah. It's amazing.
It's mind-boggling.
Well, as a known casual, I will say they got juice going into February because the Tie Father has come in and he simplified everything. I mean, what did he say when he came in, played effing hockey, and so far they've been able to do that. And you're getting contributions from your younger stars. You know, you look at Lucas Raymond, you look at Dylan Larkin. They're finally starting to step up. I think they got juice going into February. I do.
No doubt
about it. Man, Woodward Sports got black guys talking about hockey.
Right? I'm trying, bro. I'm over here trying.
The Red Wings have given themselves a chance. That's what I think. The Red Wings have given themselves a chance as we head into February, and they've got to get in this year, man. They've just got to get in. It's just got to get in.
I put the Red Wings have something as we move into February. I think they have something. Obviously, you saw the wave of emotions and energy as soon as they hired McClellan and how they went on the 7-0 run because of that energy, because it's reinvigorated. They lost 3 because you still have to figure out your lines. You still have to figure out McClellan's job as a coach. Who rocks with who? How can we get the best? When we look at these lines, what players, how can we mix this up? How can we put Casper over here? Oh, see what we did with Casper? He made that line a lot better. So I think they have something. They're up. I think they're 5 games or 4 above 500 right now.
Maz, breaking news in the NFL. Go for it.
Yep, the Jets and Aaron Glenn have got themselves a new OC. It's Tanner Engstrom, the former passing game coordinator here for Detroit. He joins Aaron Glenn and his staff with the New York Jets.
That means Aaron Rodgers is staying in New York.
Ooh,
I was just going to ask that question. What does that mean for Aaron Rodgers?
That means Aaron Rodgers staying in New York. You look at how Jared Goff has had success in Detroit in the last 3-4 years. What does he do? He's never really touched. He's clean. Now, obviously, when the Lions had some breakdowns this year, he got a little roughed up. But as a whole, they don't get messed up. It's timing. It's precision. It gets the ball out. You have other options. I think Aaron Rodgers was watching from afar what the Lions were able to do, and he knows that Tanner was a part of Ben Johnson and Jared Goff. Yeah. And sign me up for an offense like that. Protect me, keep me upright, keep throws short, quick. I don't have to think about it. Like, Aaron's in the space now, had a good last 8 games, but he's not the guy that's going to go out there for 17 games and be the reason completely why you win. You have to rely more on your offensive lineman. You have to rely more on a coordinator. You got to rely more on your weapons. So I think this means Aaron stays.
And didn't he discuss on the Pat McAfee show just around playoff time how great the Lions offense was and how much respect he had for the Lions offense? I agree with you. I think Aaron Glenn is like, you know what?
What do you need?
Who gives us the best chance to win at football? This Aaron Rodgers or Derek Carr?
Yeah.
All right.
You know what I mean? Like, I looked at some of these quarterbacks. Let me ask you guys this.
Ask me. I'll say Aaron or the Fig. Okay, go
Does Aaron Rodgers or Derek Carr?
Aaron Rodgers.
Easy.
Aaron Rodgers or Justin Fields?
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers or Russell Wilson?
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers or Kirk Cousins?
Aaron Rodgers.
Kirk Cousins.
Aaron Rodgers.
I'll take
Kirk Cousins. Right, Kirk Cousins.
I'll take him because I just feel like, for the amount of problems that – I'll take Kirk over Aaron Rodgers at this point.
Based on what Kirk did last year at the Atlanta Falcons?
I understand that, but he's a lot better in the locker room in terms of leadership and stuff like that. I just look at some of the behind-the-scenes stuff that Aaron has done.
But at the end of the day, the Jets, they're not – us, because I am a Jet. I can say us about this one. We're not trying to get to the playoffs. We're trying to be a major player in the tournament. Kirk Cousins is the guy that He'll drop you off at the dance, and that's it. And we need somebody to go through the whole dance.
I love Cousins, but it looks like his arm is shot.
Yeah. That's true, but what has Aaron done in the last 10 years in regards to getting to the big dance? He hasn't. He's always failed in the playoffs.
But at least he has the track record of getting to the NFC Championship, winning a Super Bowl, being in those moments.
Coming back from an Achilles.
Kurt's got 2. He's got 2 playoff wins, and his last one was 7 seasons ago.
I hear you.
Let me ask you guys this question. And let's be honest. Nobody really truly knows the answer.
You like that?
Nobody truly knows the answer to this. Yeah. But would you have been more comfortable as a Lions fan if Tanner Eggstrom was named the Lions offensive coordinator because he was here with Ben Johnson? He's been here for the last couple of years. He knows this personnel. He knows Jared Goff. He's worked here with the players. He knows Jahmyr Gibbs. He's worked with everything. Or John Morton from Denver. Even though Morton did have time with the Lions in 2022.
Right.
The question is, would you as a Lions fan felt more comfortable? They brought in Kelvin Shepard, just lifted him up. Would you have liked that to see that on the offensive side?
As a new Lions fan, I think the Kelvin Shepard hire was much more necessary in terms of keeping some integrity that you already had, a familiar face, familiar to the concept of Aaron Glenn. I think with the offense, now is a time where we keep talking about how good Jared Goff has been. We keep talking about, Jared Goff's not this Jared Goff anymore. This is Jared Goff that played against Patrick Mahomes on Monday night. This is Jared Goff that's come and won 2 playoff games here in Detroit, $53 million. Jared Goff's got to be Jared Goff now. You're an elite quarterback. Well, not elite. You're just under elite because there's only 3 elite quarterbacks. You're just under elite. We believe in you. You had years in the league now. You're experienced. You've been growing in this offensive system for 4 years with these players. He's approaching it. You don't need a passing game instructor. It should be Jared Goff that's old enough, mature enough, wise enough to be the passing game instructor on top. And now you got Johnny Morton. So I'm cool with it because Jared has shown us that, I could take the reins and I could take the lead.
Didn't Dan Campbell tell us in his press conference that Jared Goff was going to help him pick the OC?
Yeah, that's true.
He didn't pick Tanner Eggstrom.
Yeah, I feel like
he picked Johnny Morton.
They probably didn't feel like he was ready because, I was screaming that the whole time. Tanner Eggstrom was going to be the next up, and the fact that they didn't pick him just shows that they didn't feel like he was ready for that.
That would have been a quick pick. Ben Johnson leaves. All right, Tanner's the boss.
You're
when they didn't do
that,
you know it was over.
You're absolutely right.
Maybe that keeps Ben Johnson from also kind of knowing what the Lions will do offensively, seeing that he's in division. So
that is tremendous. That is tremendous analysis there, guys. We're gonna get a break in.
Hey, we forgot to talk about the new Lions passing game coordinator.
We're gonna do that momentarily, but I got to get one more break in.
Absolutely.
Who do you need, Pete Spivak? Nothing. All right, one more break.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, Why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
Let's give it up for David Tully, everybody. David Tully. This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
The most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in the clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Detroit has the best sports fans in the world. That's why they deserve the best sports coverage in the world. We are the Woodward Sports Network.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports welcomes the Winter Blast presented by Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort. We're broadcasting live from Lockhart's Barbecue at 3rd and Williams. Winter Blast lasts through February 2nd. Downtown Royal Oak, 20th year of Winter Blast. And, of course, cool events, free ice skating, spectacular ice sculptures, live music, heated tents, marshmallow roasting, food trucks galore, thrills from a 300-foot zip line. Admission is free. For more, go to winterblast.com. And it is a pleasure to be be by the great Darren McCarty now.
Mac.
You
What's
hear
up,
him
boys?
every
Mayor
day
LCA.
here.
Yes,
Big D Energy, 11 to 1 live, and of course anytime on YouTube. D-Mac, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing well, boys. I'm doing well down here to support the Winter Blast, and we're going to go over there and see the hatred between the fire and the police. And the
Guns and hoses, baby.
Guns and hoses, let's go. So that's what it's all about. I mean, it could be a better day, but it's about community. That's what we're about. Woodward, obviously, you two, and myself, a big part of it. So, I mean, and gosh, does it smell good here?
I know it
Lockhart's.
does.
If anybody has not been to Lockhart's, it smells good.
Say it again. Yeah, it definitely does smell good.
No
here.
doubt.
Mac just missed the Red Wings conversation that we had
Oh,
literally
yeah,
about
he
4 or
did.
5 minutes
Holy
ago.
cow. Hey, can I just, I walked in to go to say hi to everybody. Thomas A. Mazway almost jumped in my lap. I ain't seen Maz that excited since we won cups back in the day, you know? And said, he's like, we got a real team. And I'm like,
Right.
I put a clip out. I watched a little clip last night as it was going. You could just feel the vibe. And I think what Maz said is the best is they found a way to win a game. They weren't supposed to win, but if they stay in the games, and the bottom line is they're playing the right way, boys. They're
Mac, your
hard.
perspective, I'm curious about this. Look, I've never played the game at a professional level or anything like that. Was it as simple as the coach? I mean, does a coach just suffocate you as a talent, as a hockey player? Was Derek Lalonde suffocating these guys? What's the reason for this? Because this is a completely different hockey team.
No, it goes back to, and this is where the analogy is. Because if you listen to Steve Yzerman, the hashtag #WiserPlan has not left. It's always been there. What did he say? He said at the beginning of the year, with the talent of this group playing to their full potential, he saw them as a wild card spot, right, which would be a progress. Now, unfortunately, what we see in a lot of sports is that an assistant coach can't turn into the head coach that they need. Now, Derek Lalonde and a more veteran team that is self-governing in the locker room and stuff like that. But this isn't what this team is with the youth and stuff like that. So the fact is, what Todd McClellan comes in, he comes in as the parent or the uncle or the grandparent, and is what is expected out of you. You know, he's going to tell you, this is what you need to do for this team, and that's it. You do what your job, and he'll be happy with you. If you don't, what's the best part? He's calling guys out left and right. Whatever. Accountability, guys. What am I big about? And so now you have the same guys leading, but you look at the youth movement. You look at what we've always said. We got guys in Grand Rapids, and it's stuff like this. So, like, you look at Elmer Soderblom. You look at the way that the bottom six have played. They're playing fast. They're playing effective. You look at the PK. I'm not embarrassed of it anymore because guys will actually sacrifice for each other, and I think that's what you see. So what Todd McClellan, and you got to understand this, right? I won a cup with him in 08 as an assistant coach when he's here for a year, and you could tell right away the type of human being that he is, right? He's coached in this league for the past 16 years, which means his old school sort of mentality has evolved with this player. So he knows how to hit the buttons, and he knows which guys need different love. I always said that about Scotty Bowman. The greatest thing is with psychology is that he knew where your buttons were to a man. And that's what we're seeing right now. And at the end of the day, you're getting potential. Bottom line, guys, the goaltending has to stay healthy. Talbot and Lyon, that goes as far as these guys go. Like, you see that because you're still youth in that way where they're going to need to make those saves like last night to give you a chance to win the game. But, gosh, it is fun to watch. As Kenny knows, I was apathetic again.
Yep. He was.
But I put that away. I rested in peace on Tuesday. So let's go. Let's go Wings. You're doing me proud.
Meg, let me ask you a question. Dylan Larkin, one of my favorite players, obviously the Michigan connection there, and he's also just an amazing person off of the ice. What is it that you want to see Todd pull out of Dylan Larkin to get him to the level or the final level? Like, each year he's gotten better. I think now he's the leadership aspect of leading a team and being in that role. What is something that Todd could do to help Dylan become a better player? He's already a damn good player, an all-star. But what does Todd need to do with Dylan to get him ultimately to whatever that level is, if you could?
Yeah, I think that it's whatever it is, it's on the way. It's the confidence that he is the guy, right? You saw it last night. I mean, he needed to, take over that game at certain parts, tied the game up, and then scored the clincher and the shootout. Like, hit that top line, that's one of the biggest things, the moves that they put Marco Kasper up there. You're seeing this kid shine.
What a kid.
A guy, right? But you're also seeing that Larkin and Raymond have played this well. It's not what in my belief, what Todd McClellan can do for Dylan Larkin is what Steve Yzerman can do for Dylan Larkin, and that's getting him his Fedorov, wherever that is, right? So now you see guys like Kopp, right, stepping up and playing what we expected when he signed that contract. We're being effective, and it's down the line. So I love the energy. I love the physicality and the speed that the rest of the teams are playing with. And the other two lines are finding a way to chip in, too.
I'm glad you said that because, obviously, Steve, Sergey, 91 was the highlight guy. Sergey was the guy you look like, yeah, we got one of those guys on our team. Like, Jesus Christ, he might be the best player in the league. But everybody's favorite player, not named D-Mac, was Stevie Y. And I think that's what you got with Dylan. He definitely does need to get one of those eyes. I mean, his Sergey.
D-Mac, we got to go.
Oh, y'all got a game.
We got to go.
You don't get over there. You never know what's going to go on with those guns and hoses.
Right. Braylon, get us out of here. Again, want to make everybody aware, winterblast.com for more information Admission is free, happening all weekend. Don't let the weather deter you. It's going to be fantastic. But D-Mac and I got to go do a little broom ball action now. Get us out of here.
You guys go do that. I'm going to head downtown and go watch the Pistons take on the Dallas Mavericks. So go Pistons with that one. Also, shout out to Lockhart's Barbecue, man. The smells were great all day long. The service, people were great. Love being here. And to you, the fans of Woodward Sports, we appreciate you. You got make the Woodward Sports Network go around. To Ryan Ermanni, P. Spivak, my man KG.
Yes,
I see everybody working hard. We appreciate you. Enjoy your weekend and go Pistons.
Thank you to all the fans for making Woodward Sports your #1 online destination for Detroit sports. We promise not to drop the ball.